guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Hannah, and for today's video we're going to be doing a Sephora holiday sale recommendation. So the VIB sale started Friday, October 30th. I can't exactly remember the dates for the VIB and the Beauty Insider, so I'll leave that down in the description box in case you're curious, along with how much each one gets off. I know VIB Rouge gets 20, VIB gets 15, and Beauty Insider gets 10. So yeah, make sure to subscribe down below, give this video a thumbs up if you do enjoy it, and if you want to see my recommendations for the holiday sale, then just keep on watching. Okay, so I did a spring VIB sale during the springtime, I think March or April, something like that. So I'll leave that link down below because I don't want to repeat products. So products that I already mentioned in that video, I'm not going to mention in this one, but a lot of those are still my absolute favorites. Use them pretty much every single time I do my makeup. So yeah, if you're curious about those, I'll link that video down below or put like a little card up on the screen. All of these products are products that I have been using a ton lately, and these are ones that I did not mention in that video. So these are all newer and ones that I can't stop using, and I think that they are worth picking up, especially with the money off. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get started. So we're going to start off with primer. So the first one isn't really a primer, it's more of a skincare product. And this is the Laura Mercier Pure Canvas Protecting Broad Spectrum SPF 30 Sunscreen. So I love this stuff. It is a little bit more pricey. It's $38 and you get 1.7 fluid ounces, but I love this stuff. I use it every single day. I'll use it underneath my makeup, but if I put it underneath makeup, I do kind of have to give it a little while just so it can really sink and set into the skin, because if you don't, it can kind of make your makeup break up. But if you give it time to set, you're completely fine. But I don't just use this underneath makeup, I use this as my daily sunscreen because it's not oily, it's not greasy, it doesn't make me break out, and I love it. And it's definitely my favorite one that I have tried, especially for my oily skin. Okay, so next primer is the Urban Decay All Nighter Face Primer, and this is the Long Wear Foundation Grip Prep, Smooths, and Perfects. So I've been really loving this one. If you can tell, I've used it quite a bit. The only thing I have to say about this one is there is some people who have said this broke them out. I haven't had any problems with this one breaking me out or anything, but again, just do a little spot test just to make sure that your skin's not going to react to it. But I love this primer. If the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip is just way too much for you, you'll really like this one because it does have a slight gripping to it. Like just a little bit of tackiness, but it is very minimal. It's almost more of like a moisturizing primer, and I have been loving this one. They do have a glow option that I haven't tried because I do have oily skin, but if you have dry skin, you might really like that one. When I use this primer, I'll still use a oil control primer, my Smashbox Oil and Shine Control that I mentioned in my last recommendations video. I use that one all the time with this, and I think they go really well together. But yeah, so if the Milk Makeup one was just a little bit too much for you, try out this one. I really like it. Again, just do a spot test to make sure your skin's not going to break out or anything, but I really love it. I think it helps to keep my makeup on, and it helps my makeup to go on smoother. So yeah. Okay, so now for foundation, I only have one to mention because the other ones I mentioned in my other recommendations are ones that I still love. So this is the newest one that I've tried, and I've been loving it recently. I am using it today. A lot of the products I'm going to mention are ones that I'm wearing on my face today. So this is the Too Faced Born This Way Matte 24-Hour Undetectable Super Long Wear Foundation. I have mine in the shade Cloud. I love this foundation. I noticed that everyone is putting this in their recommendations, and it's for a good reason. It's such a good foundation. It just looks so flawless but skin-like at the same time. It is more of a medium buildable coverage. I wouldn't say it's full, but you could probably get it to full. I keep it at like a medium. I love this one. It lasts so well on me, like so well. I did use it with my Oil and Shine Control primer, so that might help it out a little bit, but I am absolutely loving this foundation. It does have a pump in case you're curious. And again, just so in case you don't know, I have mentioned it so many times, But the Too Faced, their complexion products tend to run really yellow. So with my neutral undertone, I feel like I run more neutral cool. I always try to get the pink shades, because if I get a neutral one, it just is way too yellow on me. So yeah, I've really been loving this one. If you have oily skin, try this one out. It lasts really well on me, and it just looks really nice. I will say I wore it, I can't exactly remember when, but I wore it recently, and I wore it for like probably 8 to 10 hours, and I did touch up around like the 6-hour mark, 6 to 7, and I just blotted it. I didn't put any extra powder on. I just kind of blotted it off with a tissue, just some oils or anything, and it blotted off really nicely. If you're an oily skin girl, you know there's certain foundations that will just, they don't touch up well, and they can kind of break up, get cakey. This one did not break up on me. It didn't get cakey, and I just kind of touched it up a little bit, and it looked good for the rest of the day. So yeah, loving this one. It lasts really well. Beautiful finish. So yeah, try out this one. Okay, so I have 2 concealers. These are newer to me, the ones that I have been loving. So the first one is the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Skin High Coverage Multi-Use Concealer. So I actually have been using this one like pretty much every time I've done my makeup. I'm wearing it today. I love this concealer. It's definitely more of a thicker, fuller coverage concealer, which I tend to gravitate towards. But yeah, it lasts really well on me. Again, I don't have any problems with getting oily throughout the day or it breaking up. But yeah, I love this concealer. I've been using it non-stop. If you have oily skin, try this one out. I do feel like if you have drier skin, you could definitely use this and you'd probably love it. Just make sure you're hydrating underneath your eyes, which I would recommend using an eye cream or something underneath your eyes every single time you do your makeup, because it's just going to make your concealer last better, wear better, and just look better on the skin. So yeah, I've been loving this one, especially if oily skin. Try this concealer out. And then the next one is definitely more of an expensive concealer. I think it's worth trying during the sale so you can get some money off. So this is the Pat McGrath, what is this one called? Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Concealer, and I have mine in the shade L1. So I've been really loving this concealer. It's a really nice full coverage concealer. You definitely don't need a lot with this one because it is very full coverage, but it looks so flawless underneath the eyes. It is more of a hydrating formula, so if you have drier under eyes, you're probably gonna love this one. Or if you have mature skin, just use a little bit of this, but it's a very nice, flawless, hydrating concealer. With this one, I definitely do set it because it is more hydrating, so it can make me look oily if I don't set it. But we are getting to the cooler months, so I tend to use more hydrating things. But I love this concealer. I think it's worth the money. It looks really nice and flawless underneath the eyes, and I think a lot of skin types would love this concealer. Okay, so the next thing is, I think, something that everyone's going to be putting in their recommendations. These are the Patrick Cha Double Take Cream and Powder Blushes. So I have been loving these. In my last video where I tried these out, I definitely used way too much. Way too much. But I have learned from my mistakes and I used just a little bit. These are definitely way more pigmented than his other powder blushes, so just keep that in mind. But I have 3 shades. And let me try and show you. I have She's That Girl, which is just the pinkier one. And then I have Do We Know Her, which is the peachier one. And then I have She's So LA, which is a like bronzed nude. So I actually used this one today. I didn't know if I would be able to use this as a blush, but I used that on my face today. To use this one as either a bronzer or just a light blush, and I'll probably still go over it with more of a like pinkier blush. But yeah, I really like these. I think that they're so worth the money. They are a little bit more expensive, so again, I think that they're worth trying out with the money off. I think they're worth the money because you do get a cream and a powder, so you're not having to buy them separate. And they're just a really nice quality. They're super pigmented, easier to work with, and these cream blushes can actually go over powder. So yeah, they're really, really nice, great formula, and I think that they are worth the money. Okay, 2 more blushes are the Lawless Make Me Blush Velvet Blushes. I've been loving these too. I use Vintage Love over that She's So LA Today, just to add a little bit more pinky, kind of that more natural blush tone. So Vintage Love is like a mauve-y, like a mauve-y plummy blush. So that's them right there. This one is Phoenix. I don't know if I even said that. This one's Phoenix. It's like a hot red coral. So it's super pretty. These blushes are so pigmented, so creamy, and they just blend really nicely onto the skin. They're definitely pigmented, so you want to use a light hand with these blushes, but they are so pretty. I've just been loving them. They have like a semi, I would say that they're like a satin finish. They're not completely matte, but they're not like a dewy blush. So yeah, these have been my go-to blushes. These and the Patrick Ta have been the ones I've been reaching for constantly. Okay, so next 2 things are eyeshadow palettes. And these are definitely splurges, which is why I'm mentioning them in this video, because if you've been wanting to try them, this is the time to get them, is with the money off. So these are the Natasha Denona palettes. I have the Viva one, which is just like an all neutral eyeshadow palette. It has some warm tones, has some cooler tones, and as you can see, I've definitely been using this one. And then I also have the Glam palette, which is the one that I'm wearing on my eyes today. This one's a lot more cool toned. If you don't really like cool tones, they do have a bronze palette, which is more of the warmer sister to this one, but I like cool tones personally. Yeah, this is the one I use today. I use this gold shade on my lid, but I think that her eyeshadow palettes are definitely worth the money. I will say I feel like the $65 is definitely it's like a better price, I think, for her eyeshadows. But I have been loving this one. This one is definitely bigger than the Glam palette, but it is more expensive. They're really pigmented, really blendable, easier to work with. The mattes are a great formula. The shimmers are a great formula. I've just been using these non-stop. I think that if you bought them, you would definitely get your money out of them, especially since they're more of that neutral. You could wear this every single day. You could wear it to work, you could wear it to school, wherever you go. They're definitely a splurge, but they are worth the money. And I think if you're gonna try Natasha Denona, now is the time to get it with the sale. This is my only holiday set that I have to mention, but I have been loving these, and I have been using them pretty much every time, especially the nude shade. So these are the Too Faced Melted Matte Liquid Mattified Longwear Lipsticks. This is the holiday set. I can't exactly remember what it's called, but I'll link it down below. It's still in stock on Sephora, so yeah. This set I think is perfect. I think if you love makeup and you want different varieties of lipsticks, you'll really love this. Or if you have someone in your family who loves makeup, this would be a great gift. So I definitely think that you get the bang for your buck. You get a bang for your buck. Anyway, so yeah, these are mini. They're not the full size, but these will last you a while. They're super pigmented, but they're so pretty. They don't crack, they don't make my lips look dry. They just last really, really well on the lips, and I think these colors are perfect for the fall and winter time. So I'll swatch these for you. So what's this one called? This one is Caramel Apple, which is just like a really pretty warm rustic brown. It's like an orange, it's like a terracotta brown. And then next we have Sugar Cookie, which is the nudest one in here. It definitely looks really cool tone on my hand, but I just dot a little bit on. I don't swipe it all over my lip. I'll just dot a little bit on, and then I'll blend it out with my finger, and it just looks really pretty on my skin tone. The next one is Candy Cane, which is just a true red, literally like a candy cane. And then the next one is Hot Toddy, which is just like a plummy, almost like a plummy brown. So yeah, I think all these colors are perfect for the fall and winter time. I'm just loving this, and I definitely think that it's worth picking up the set. Okay, and then last two things are lipsticks. So these are the Smashbox Always On Cream to Matte lipsticks. So they're almost like, they go on like a standard bullet lipstick, and then they'll dry down to a liquid lipstick. And once these dry down, these are not going anywhere. So I have Hoops on, which is just like a wine cranberry shade. This one is definitely more vampy and bold. And then I have Just Barely, which is like a pinky peachy nude. These are such a unique formula, and I really, really like them. So that's them right there. There's Hoops on it, and then Just Barely. So again, these are a little bit more expensive. They're $24 a piece, which I think is a little expensive for a lipstick, but the formula on these are so unique. And I'm telling you, once they dry down, they're not going anywhere. They do not budge. They are fully a liquid lipstick, but they're definitely more comfortable than a liquid lipstick. So yeah, I love these, and I think that they're worth the money. Okay guys, so that is the end of this video. That is all my recommendations. It wasn't a ton, but I feel like a lot of these products are ones that I truly love and I reach for, and I use every single time I do my makeup. So yeah, again, if you want to see my recommendations from the spring sale, I'll leave that link down below with all of these products and where you can buy them. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.